What's the day today? Today's February 3rd. Today is February 3rd, 2021. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. We are going to just go down our usual agenda of release update. First is 119. I've synced up with Jing on the CSI proxy building issue, and she said she's going to take a look at it next week. So we'll defer that till later. Moving on to 120. I have a docs PR that I need to update. And then I think Patrick was fixing the CI. Let's see if it's fixed. It looks like there's still some failing jobs. So I guess Patrick's not here. I'll go ahead and sync up with him to get the status on those failing jobs. Those are the only two things remaining, I think, for 120. Oh, and also I think Patrick is working on releasing CSI test. And there was one PR, I think one or two PRs that he's waiting on. Did we resolve the snapshot test issue?
Yeah, so I'm okay with that. I think Patrick just opened another issue for follow-up PR.
Okay.
Looks like that one's still not merged yet, but I'm okay. He has already given look good to me, so I'm not sure what he's waiting for now.
Okay, sounds good. We can sync up with him offline then. All right. And then switching to Klog v2, I think we just needed CSI proxy, but it's non-urgent, so we can look at that later, I think. Let me just move it to done for now. All right. So I think that's it for 120. Moving on to 121. Let's see. We have the save volume data. I think, is that just waiting on me at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Let me.
Not a problem.
I forgot about it, but I'll take a look. All right. Next up is the performance E2E test. I think I also spoke with Veronica offline about this too. I think basically we're trying to decide actually where is the best place to put performance tests. So I was gonna wait on input from Patrick on that. I know Patrick's super busy this week trying to get all the caps merged, so I think this might be deferred until next week. Moving on to CSI migration.
Yeah, so for CSI migration, the matrix PR I think is ready for merge. I think I just need to get your approval. And
okay.
For the topology one, the CSI translation lab fix is merged, and now we have another PR to just update the PD topology to GA, and I think that one is also waiting for your final approval. And
Okay.
other than that, I think we're good. So a follow-up to the matrix one, after we merge that, I think one important thing is that we have to update all the set cars to use the new version CSI lab utils. I'm not sure if we can do that before the CSI lab util cut release.
We can cut a new release of CSI lib. That should be fine.
Okay, yeah, then it should be fine. Yeah. And also for the CSI migration, we also have the core Kubernetes metrics that I need to modify. Yeah, per our last discussion offline, I think there are still some design questions that we need to solve. I'll try to come up with something and let you review.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think also, so regarding this dangling attach issue, I think Jay sent out an email to SIG Storage with a document kind of highlighting the issue and the various solutions. I think the conclusion is that I think the majority of cases are resolved, and so they don't need to block CSI migration. The remaining cases are corner cases that we might need some further investigation. But if folks are interested, please take a look at that document. All right. Oh, in terms of the KEP deadline next week, have you been able to do the KEP update yet?
I will do it. I will do it today.
Okay, awesome. I think this is the last thing that's preventing us from moving Azure files, so we will need to get this in soon.
Okay, sure. I'll do it today.
All right, thank you. Next up is snapshots.
So I think Grant is addressing review comments of his E3 test, right, Grant?
Yeah, I'm addressing those, and then once that one's merged, I'll start working on the next one.
Okay, thank you. And also, I just pinned Monoha to address review comments on his E3 test PR as well. Yeah, I think that's all.
All right. All right, sounds good. Is this one the in-tree data source PVC? Is that one
I have that
under review?
I assigned that to Yang. I'm not sure if he has a chance to review it yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll ping him offline.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you. I think next is generic ephemeral volumes. Is Patrick around? I think I saw he has a CAP update and a PRR review is in progress. So I think that should be going. I think there was one question about I think one part of the design was using PSP, pod security policy, but since that is now deprecated, I think we need to figure out what the replacement is and make sure that whatever the replacement is will work. So I think that's ongoing. Next is volume populators.
Yeah, so real quick, Michelle, you talked about the PRR review. Is that a separate review than the KEP review? Like, because I'm also trying to merge a KEP for volume populators.
It's I think done at the same time, basically. Like
what do I need to? Is it just a matter of poking David and saying, hey, can you take another look, and getting him to say yeah?
It's a good question. Like
And just go.
Shing, do you know?
Yeah, you just.
Is there like a page?
I don't think there's
a page that actually has the instructions.
I don't know the page, but you can just go to that Slack channel that I think you went there last time, right? When you
David has already looked at my KEP one time, and so
I know, but he have not responded for a long time. So maybe just ping him saying, "Hey, I updated. Can you review again?"
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So it's not the first time he's seeing it, but he definitely does need to look again. So it's just a matter of asking him to look, and then when he says, "Yeah, it looks fine,"
I think he's quick. I think it's probably because he thought you are not really updating it anymore, so he hasn't got back.
No, it's fine. So so the status on this is that I did a bunch of KEP updates to bring it up to date last week. We reviewed the updated KEP on Tuesday with my there were some open items, and so I had a bunch of action items to go do a little bit more research and make more changes to the KEP. And so the research is all done, and I'll be pushing the final version, the hopefully final version of the KEP today. I'm going to need Tim Hawken to look at it again because there's a CRD that we're proposing, and David to do the PRR review. Saad, I think, is happy with it from a SIG storage perspective. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting the KEP in now. And I think I'm well positioned.
All right, sounds good. Are you working with Saad to try to schedule a time with Tim?
Well, I don't know if we needed to like have a meeting to talk about it. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory, simple CRD. So I'm hoping that I can just say, hey, what do you think of this? Take another look, and if he says, yeah, looks fine, I hope that's the end of it. But yeah,
Okay.
I will have Saad poke him soon so that if he does have questions, there's time to go back and forth and answer them and have a meeting if need be.
Yep. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I think there's basically this file now in the KEP directory. There's like a prod readiness file
Yes.
where you document who did the PRR review for it. So I think I guess we just need sign off from David, who has already been looking at it.
My next commit will have that file in it, and I guess, yeah, once David says yes, then we can merge it. So I think everything
All right.
is sent there.
Sounds good. Thank you. Next up is the FS group and mount work. Is Hamat around?
No, I think he's taking the day off today.
Okay. Do you happen to do you know any updates on this? Like how is the KEP progressing?
Nothing further since Monday.
Oh, the KEP I think is merged. I merged it yesterday. Is this the this is for the Azure, right? That's the change for the Azure. Adding that option in the spec, that one? Oh, this is a different one?
Okay.
I believe it's that one. It was the one that was discussing adding the mount CSI driver FS group policy.
Yeah, that KEP is merged.
Okay. Did it need PRR review, or is that like adding to an additional?
It didn't add anything in API itself, right? So it's really just a CSI spec change. So it has got the PRR review already passed.
Okay.
Got who? But yeah, he got that one is approved. Yang also looked at it. Yang also gave it a look good to me. So after that, I reviewed it. I merged it.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I think moving on to volume expansion, I believe nothing is being promoted this release. So this is mostly kind of trying to start working on some of the outstanding issues that already exist. I think we'll have to sync up with Hamat on this. He was, I think, looking for help from people. All right, next up is volume health.
Oh, Michelle, I'm waiting for you to take a look.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So yeah, so I mean, I think this one might be, yeah, if we really want to change the current design and combine with this other metric stuff in Kubernetes, then we'll have to spend more time to redesign that part. So just take a look and see what makes sense. Yeah, just yeah, take a look.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so if we are not changing the path, just to go with what we have already, then that should be straightforward. Yeah, but if we have to do that, that even we'll need to get signal anymore because that's a Kubernetes change. So, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I will try to take a look today.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and then storage capacity. I think the PRR review is also in discussion now. I'm not sure. I don't think there's any major blocking issues at this point, but I'll need to go through and double check. And then we have node shutdown.
Yeah, so yeah, I think with Ben on this. and also talk to Yasin a little bit. So I'm trying to write down, the steps on, what triggers and what we're supposed to do, and because there are multiple components involved, just to write down those steps. Yeah. So Ben also said he wanted to work on the CSS back part. So yeah.
All right, sounds good.
But I think it's probably won't make it for. It's unlikely to make it for this release. But we'll just keep making progress there.
Yeah, that's fine. I think as long as we keep on making progress, I think that's the most important part. All right.
Yeah, so don't take it off the board.
I'll leave it there.
No. Yeah, add some pressure so we work on it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I think that's all on the agenda for 121. Do we have any other topics? All right, then we will end for today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.